Hello and welcome to Misty's Outdoor Excursion. You know that saying that's shoot for the moon and if you don't reach it, you can fall on a star? Well, what most people actually do is shoot for the stars and hope that eventually they can get to the moon. I'm proud of that analogy. I just came up with that. This is something that I have done almost my whole life. Oh, little bumblebee. This is something that a lot of us do our whole lives. It's to protect ourselves. It's to keep our expectations realistic. But in reality, what we're doing is selling ourselves short. We are reaffirming this belief that you are not worthy of exactly what you want, or you have to wait until a certain time to get exactly what you want. Wait until you reach a certain level in life, or a certain, whatever that is, like a certain degree, a certain age, a certain standing in life. When really life will show you that a lot of people who have exactly what you want aren't necessarily qualified for it on paper. They just have it because of circumstances. Maybe they were born into it. Maybe they did work for it and they just fell into it because they had a connection, you know? The point is, there are so many paths to whatever outcome you're reaching for, and you need to start asking yourself, why not me? Why can't it be you that gets exactly what you want? Also, why not ask for that? Why not name it? Allergies. I mentioned this in my last video, but if you desire something, that is a signal. That is a sign to explore that, whether that means that particular thing is meant for you or that striving for that, the journey itself is meant for you. That's not really up for you to decide. What is for you to decide is if you're going to take those steps toward what it is that you want, which is essentially you listening to yourself and trusting yourself, also reinforcing that desire. You deserve to explore the things you want to explore. Like, you don't need to reach a certain threshold in life. Before I get too far into this, my name is Misty. This is Misty Cubed, and subscribe if you are interested in listening to me talk about things, particularly manifestation based, in my unprofessional opinion. So peaceful out here. I can look back and clearly see how the things that I desired at one point have fully manifested in my life because I followed my inner compass. But in other ways, I didn't follow my inner compass. Like, even though I went against certain things in my gut, I still ended up exactly where I should be. I think that's a hawk. It is really beautiful out here, but there are a lot of distractions in a good way. I'm pretty sure I have ADHD, but I don't want to pay to get a test. Any hoozle, I can see how exactly what I desired has come to fruition in its own way. In other ways, I can see where I did not believe that I could get exactly what I want, and I accepted less than I desired, less than I deserved. But it made me realize that the reason that I got less than, or a different outcome than I desired, was because I at that time did not feel like that was attainable or like it existed. And now that I'm at this point where, like I said, those desires have come to fruition in their own way, I do see that if I stuck to that certain mind pattern, like those thoughts as far as this is what I desire, this is possible, and it exists in the world, and I'm worthy of it and can achieve it. So now that I've recognized those things, I see where I could have asked for something else of the universe. But like I said, I believe that I'm exactly where I should be, and I am so thankful to have learned that lesson. But knowing that, I have such a different approach today than I did like 2 years ago even, because a lot of things happened for me really fast. And like I said, I really am living my dream life. at the same time, I'm super excited for the future because now I know that with all my heart, I know that I'm worthy of exactly what I want and that it's already mine. It's already mine. It already exists. It's really easy for me to be super vocal about what it is I'm manifesting, but at this point, I'm kind of keeping that on the DL because I don't want to open the door for criticism from people who don't know me. My closest friends know what I'm manifesting, but beyond that, I don't really find it necessary, so that's totally up to you. But here's really how do you say that? Here's the meat of manifesting. Manifesting in a nutshell, in one sentence. Mind you, I don't have professional training in manifesting. I just want to be transparent. This is probably, let's see, it's probably been like 5 or 6 years of being intentional about my education, my informal education of manifesting. It started with YouTube videos and podcasts and books, and so it's been like a thread throughout my life, in one sense or another, because everybody manifests. They just put different words on it or no words at all. It's just, that's the wording and the belief system that I'm comfortable with. Manifesting is identifying what it is you want, matching your energy to that, then letting it go because you know that it is yours. So that is you concocting this desired reality in your internal worlds, or they call that the 4D, knowing that that's the truth, and then eventually seeing that in your 3D, which is this current reality that you're watching right now. This could be as small as you thinking about a friend, and then next thing you know, they text you. And it could be as large as manifesting a house in a matter of months, you know? Technically, you don't need any education to manifest. You don't need any practice. In theory, you could manifest anything you want without any work. This is a cat I'm cat sitting. So as I was saying, rude of you to interrupt.
Okay, forgive you.
As I was saying, you don't need to do anything to manifest. You really don't. But because in our society, we have not grown up with this knowledge of manifesting, we have a lot of limiting beliefs, which is totally normal and like not that big of a deal. Like I said, very normal, just the way that it is. Best thing to do is accept it and then kind of deal with it in your own way.
Yeah, that's a good boy. That's a good boy.
In theory, all you have to do is identify exactly what it is you want. If you believe and trust that it's yours and that it will materialize into your reality, then it'll be there. That's the letting go part. But we just get so doubtful of ourselves. So that's why, like, watching videos, listening to podcasts, reading books, that's why that can be super helpful. And it's for me because it's reminding you of the truth of it, which is that you are meant to have exactly what you want. Really, the hardest part is finding out what it is that you want. I would recommend that people just start out with manifesting a feeling. So, how do you want to feel in your life? You don't want this coffee. How do you want to ow, your claws. How do you want to feel in your life? Like, what, you don't even have to go as far as what you want your day to look like, but what kind of emotions do you want to invoke? Do you want to be at peace? Do you want to have excitement, go to concerts? Do you want to be able to go to restaurants with your friends and pay for them? Things like that are so simple, but that's really what it's about, is not necessarily those really big things like a house or like a huge dream vacation. It's the daily life, the day-to-day. So something that I've manifested is more outside time. That's just a matter of me changing my schedule, but it also includes house sitting, which is what I'm doing now, and having a beautiful yard in which I can sit outside in silence and record a video. I could do this at a park, but it's not as private or quiet. But I'm just saying there are so many paths to what you desire, so why limit yourself and believe that there's only one way? I can't remember where I first heard this. I want to say it was a Jen Sincero book, but I wouldn't necessarily endorse her, by the way, but I have benefited from her books, so I could talk about that in the future if you want. But with manifesting, you only have to worry about the what and the now, and God, universe, source, whatever it is you believe in, can take care of the when and the how. How. I feel like I said that weird. The what and the now, for example, would be identifying, like I said, exactly what you want, and then taking action now to cultivate that two blue jays. To cultivate that sense of peace with knowing that you've already gained that desired outcome. So let's just say you desire to go to college. What? That part's done. The now would be figuring out what college you want to go to and then going through application processes. So the when is not your issue, meaning let's say you apply for this next academic year and you don't get in. That should not shake your faith. Obviously it will because you're fucking human, but it shouldn't. And you can have peace in that. You deserve that peace, and you can have peace in knowing that because you didn't get in, it wasn't the right time for you. That's how the when is taken care of, and then the how. You don't really know why you get into college. It could be the admissions requirements for the college. It could be a million different reasons why you do or don't get into a college. It's mostly straightforward, but I'm just saying you don't know the ins and outs for the sake of this example. So the how is not really your problem. All you can do is apply, and it's out of your hands. So I hope this little rundown was helpful. I love talking about this stuff. Clearly, I was planning on talking about a lot of different topics on this YouTube channel, but as it turns out, I really like talking about manifesting. So that is definitely going to be continuing on this channel, but as I've mentioned before, I do want to talk about like scammers and things in that realm, because there are also a lot of scammers in the manifestation space. So I feel like as somebody who does manifest and has looked into a lot of these grifters, I would have a unique perspective. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe. Let me know in the comments what it is that you're manifesting. Use my code ANGELMISTY for 10% off at Angel Candy, and have a great day.